Wacko for Macros with pictures of aquatic insects. Catoctin Mountain Park and a National Park Service arrowhead. Hey there guys! Welcome to Catoctin Mountain Park. I'm Ranger Amy and we're here next to this beautiful stream next to the Blue Blazes Whiskey Still Trail. Now when you think of a stream, you often think of rocks, water, and fish. Often you can see little minnows and trout swimming in this beautiful stream. But do you ever think about maybe there's some aquatic insects in there? Little did you know, we actually have macroinvertebrates. Now these are a type of aquatic insect that are small, but you can see with the naked eye, and they do not have a backbone. These aquatic insects are so important to this stream because they're a good food resource for fish, birds, and even amphibians, and many more vertebrates. They're also very important because they're bioindicators. Now you might be thinking, what does that mean? So that actually means that they're able to tell us something about the ecosystem. They can actually tell us if this stream here is polluted or not. There's some species of macroinvertebrates that cannot live in any stream that's polluted. If you find those sensitive macroinvertebrates, that means this stream is really healthy. So let's hope we find some of those today. We're going to be looking for stoneflies, mayflies, and caddisflies. Those are sensitive to pollution. Now you may be wondering, flies, why is flies in their name? Because they actually change into flies, a type of fly. So a mayfly nymph, so nymph would be the macroinvertebrate. It's the immature stage of the fly. When they're done with their immature stage or the nymph stage in the water, they'll actually metamorphosize, meaning change into their fly stage or the adult stage. Just like we know with caterpillars to butterflies, it's the same thing. Let's actually take a look at the change, you guys. So this is a stonefly nymph.
Of varying insects.
This is the stonefly as an adult. Such a huge change. Now let's look at the other two sensitive species. Here's the mayfly nymph, and here's the mayfly adult. And again with the caddisfly, here's the caddisfly larva, and here's the caddisfly adult. So let's take a look out for these types. We're going to actually dive into this water and check out underneath the rocks and look for these types of macroinvertebrates. So let's go take a look. So here we are right down by the stream. You can see there's tons of rocks and it's a little muddy. So what we're going to actually do to look for these macroinvertebrates is we can pick up the rocks, look on the bottoms where it was touching the water, and then once we're done looking at them, just nicely put it back so we don't squash any, okay? Alright, so let's start looking for them. Here we go, guys, we got one. See these two flat ones right here?
Two circular shaped insects.
Those are water pennies. So these guys we didn't mention earlier, but they're actually sensitive to pollution, so that's a good sign. Now they're stuck to the bottom of this rock, nice and flat. You can't even really see them when you look at the side of the rock. This is so they don't end up flowing downstream. So yeah, again, those are sensitive macroinvertebrates, so that tells us, man, this stream must be pretty clean. Let's see what other proof we can find about our stream's water quality here.
Ranger turning over rocks and looking underneath them.
Alright guys, take a look at this. This kind of just looks like a stick.
Object underneath rock.
But little did you know, it's actually a casing. So it's a casing, kind of like a little shelter for a macroinvertebrate. I don't think the macroinvertebrate's inside of there. But if it was, it would be a caddisfly. So this is a sign that a caddisfly was actually here. So that being here, it's another good sign that, man, this stream quality might be great. Let's keep looking out. We might see a caddisfly in their little casing home.
Ranger puts rock back and continues to search in the rocks.
Okay guys, found something else. This is really small, so take a look. Right there. That's actually a stonefly nymph. So remember the list I said that were sensitive? This is one of them. Can you see that?
Small aquatic insect on rock.
There you go guys, take a look. Now you may not see that he's got 2 tails. That's how you can tell the difference between the stonefly and the mayfly. The mayflies, they have 3 tails. Let's go put them back. So this is a great sign that this stream here is actually doing really, really well.
Ranger down by the stream.
Now these macroinvertebrates, they're kind of elusive. They blend in really well with the rocks, so they're really hard to find. You can find them easier in the fall because a lot of their food resources come from when the leaves fall into the stream. They'll actually go into the batches of leaves that collect on top of the rocks here and just degrade, break down the leaves. Whoa guys, I found another casing. Remember what I said earlier? That the caddisflies live in these casings? Let's take a look. This one's huge.
Organic material cylinder with an entrance.
Take a look at that. It's attached to this rock here, and they'll just sit there and wait until their food comes along. They'll crawl out and grab their food. Look at that, you guys. So cool. It's made out of leaf material and rocks. More proof that the caddisfly does in fact live in this stream right here. So again, the caddisfly living here is a really good sign that this stream in our park is not polluted. Alright, let's keep looking, you guys.
Small aquatic insect on rock.
So this right here is a mayfly. They look very similar to the stoneflies, but they have 3 long tails instead of 2, like the stonefly does. This is again evidence that this stream is not impacted by any sort of pollution because this mayfly is able to live here. And they're known for being really sensitive to pollution.
Ranger by stream.
Alright, you guys, after looking around, looking in these rocks here, we found so many macroinvertebrates. And we actually saw proof that all 3 known sensitive macroinvertebrates reside here in our stream in the park. So you know what that means. That it seems like this stream is not impacted by any sort of pollution. So the macroinvertebrates and other organisms can utilize this stream as a resource. So next time you're near a stream, keep in mind that there's more than what meets the eye. Underneath these slimy, muddy rocks are actually really, really important insects that you may not otherwise see without turning over a rock.
Thanks for watching. Pictures of macroinvertebrates.